Exactly 3 years ago, I left my cushy six-figure job at Facebook to start my own edtech startup. In that time, I've gone through YC, I've raised venture capital of over $2.2 million from Tiger Global, and I've led a team of over 12 full-time and part-time employees. Today, I want to share with you everything that I would do differently if I had to start from scratch. Just imagine me 3 years ago leaving my stable salary job to work on this idea that wasn't even fully fleshed out. You can imagine what people thought, specifically my parents, who were terrified of what would happen to me. It's still early on, 3 years later, and we're still finding our footing. So take everything here I say with a grain of salt. But these are 5 things that I know would have helped get us here in a year's time instead of 3. The very first thing I would have done is read the mom test. Common startup advice is that you should talk to users, a lot of users, before you actually start building out your product. But most people do this completely wrong. The Mom Test is one of my favorite books because it breaks down exactly the common misconceptions when it comes to customer discovery and shows you how to do it the right way. Seriously, if I had read the Mom Test when I started my company, we probably would have saved 18 months of heartache. The second thing I would have done is to write less code. Being an engineer by trade means that my inclination is to build, just like a lot of other technical founders. Everything is safe behind a keyboard. You can't get rejected or have your feelings hurt. But unfortunately, that's not how starting a company works. You have to get in front of customers. And building code is building something that you don't know that somebody's actually going to want to use. You should delay building your product as long as you can. There are so many ways to build prototypes, fake doors, mock-ups. And until you've actually made the sale, it's not even worth writing your first line of code. Obviously, this is a little bit more tailored to software businesses, but even for non-software businesses, there's ways for you to build prototypes and get validation about your idea before actually investing so much time and capital to build the product. Number 3 is I would say no more. When you are starting a company, even the remote chance of somebody giving you money for your product or service will send you in a million different directions. The problem is if you're serving 2 different customers, you're going to be building a product that really makes neither of them happy. So being able to say no to 100 great opportunities to go after that one great opportunities, ultimately that is the startup challenge. Into my 4th point, which is focus on one very specific customer segment. Just think about all the products that you love to use on a regular basis. You probably heard about it through a friend. Word of mouth is the best way for any company to grow. And a good way to engineer that is by focusing on a customer segment that actually talks to other people in that customer segment. If you're serving way too many different customer segments, you're never going to get that critical mass and eventually get that word of mouth that you're going to need to grow. And number 5 is that you should charge more. A lot more. If you've actually built a product that solves somebody's pain point, chances are they're going to be willing to pay for it. And by charging not a lot, you're not actually creating a lot of validation for your product. So if something seems like it's working, increase the price and keep increasing the price until you get to a point where you start to see customers convert at a lower rate than you've seen historically. Finally, I'll be reviewing some YC applications in an upcoming video. So last call, if you want me to potentially review your application on this channel, submit your application via an Airtable form in the description. With that, I hope that you found this video helpful. And this is Ish signing off.